Welcome back to the Prison Yard TV, where we keep everything political and straight and up front. Today, as you guys are already knowing, we have a special guest, someone that I grew up with, somebody that I respect, somebody that took our neighborhood to another level. Like I told you guys before, our neighborhood got a lot of talent, and we got talent from rappers to writers to videographers to movie producers, and this is one of the individuals right here. So he's not in California. He's on the East Coast, so he's 3 states away and 3 hours away. I'll take that back. And I'm gonna let him introduce yourself. But if you already haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. And I'm gonna let him introduce himself. What's up, Rick?
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
You know, I'm staying blessed, trying to stay above water.
Yeah, it's a nice little setup you got here.
Yeah. Oh man, I had some music playing, not for my viewers, but for myself because I wanted to tap in with some past contents.
Yeah.
I did introduce you, and I have been promoting this for about a week now, but
Okay.
I kept it limited because let's just I'm gonna let you tell the people where you come from, what your life has been like, and what you're doing now.
I mean, you know the story just like most of the homies in the hood. I come from the block. I'm from 29th Street. So, you know what I mean? I'm from the soil. But, I got out of jail after doing like almost 11 years. And I got into the music industry. And since then, I've been doing music videos, movies, commercials, you know what I mean? That's really what I've been focusing on since, me getting out of the music industry.
So you say you got out of the music industry on the forefront, but you're behind the scenes now. You say you're doing videos, movies.
Yeah.
So I remember the last time I seen you, we
Mhm.
was in LA and we was doing a Thug Lords video.
Mhm.
And I knew then when we was at the Embassy Suites how you was in the room messing with the computer. You didn't even want to go outside. You didn't want to go with the shopping. You didn't want to go to Hollywood. And Bo had that car with that seat that could lean back. So you so I knew then I told Bo, I was like, man, there's something about him, man, that he's a studier, he's a watcher and a listener.
Yeah.
And not too many people in the music industry are listeners. But
Right.
you was one, and I thought, and a lot of people heard this come out my mouth around you and not around you, that you was gonna be the face behind West Coast Mafia because your delivery was like no other.
Everybody say that. You know what I mean? Everybody say that. I didn't hear it, you know what I mean? Because I always tell, I be telling people all the time, like I never wanted to be a rapper, you know what I mean? I got lucky, you know what I mean? And Bo put me in that position. And, I always saw other places that I could be, helpful to what we was trying to do. You know what I mean? What I don't know if you remember, but the whole time we were shooting those music videos, like I was more interested in what was going on behind the scenes there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was taking all of the pictures. I was the one with all of the photos. I was more interested, even though it was like a video that we was doing, I was more interested in what the crew was doing behind the scenes. Cause at the end of the day, I knew I wasn't gonna be, a 40-year-old rapper. You know what I mean? Even though I was still young at that time. I think I was like 26 when that shit was going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I kind of gave them a little bit about your video catalog, but I want my viewers to know what you've been doing the last 10 years, man, and where have you been?
Shit, I've been I've been everywhere. Out the country. Shot a movie in Finland. I shot a movie in the Czech Republic. Did a music video. I'm music videos is my main thing. So I've done music videos for French Montana, Chris Brown, Migos, E40, Lil Pump. I mean, that's a huge list. I could go on and on all night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's really my catalog is crazy as far as music videos, directing, shooting, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? But now I'm like really transitioning into movies.
That's what's up. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Me and you had some conversations offline during the week about how in 2022, cable, not Netflix, but Dish TV, I think that's going to go by the wayside, man, because a lot of people are starting to stream stuff. Do you have any input on that? Do you know anything that
I mean, I see it every single day. Like if you consider some of the top, what we would consider networks, they're not, prototypical television networks. They're all even Netflix. Netflix isn't a network. It's a website.
Yeah.
And you go to that website on your television or on your phone or whatever the case may be. They have a big server which holds all of the movies and shit, but that's not a television network. It's a website. And that's where a lot of people are starting to go and get that money. You know what I mean? By starting their own website. Like you could start the Prison Yard TV and upload your own original content to it and charge people to stream it. You know what I mean? And that's what's going on in the film industry now.
I think that's what Netflix did, because like we was talking about before, Netflix, I used to rent DVDs from Netflix. And next thing I know, and if you lose it, you paying the
whole $19.
They was hoping people lost it.
If you didn't, like, because they would give it to you for like 3 days or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you didn't return it within that 3 days, they give you another 3 days and charge you that $1.99 or whatever it was. You was basically just renting a DVD from them. And if you didn't return it, they would just send it. They would just charge you the whole $19.
I think Netflix put Blockbuster out of business.
100%, yeah, for sure. 100%.
and I think these other streaming companies, they're gonna put cable and Dish.
Yes, over. We got about 2 years with cable because everything. Look at HBO. Look at BET. Look at all of those places. They have websites now. They have BET Plus. They've got HBO Max. They've got Showtime. You know what I mean? Those are all websites that you go to and pay to stream.
Yeah. You see that?
Babyface, what up? My nigga, that's what's happening. My nigga.
You know him?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my nigga.
Okay. So we talked a little bit, we got a lot of talent from our neighborhood. And sitting back doing them years I was doing, I really analyzed where we come from and what I wanted to do when I came home. I wasn't going back to the hood. I wasn't picking up nothing. I wasn't trying to do me like I used to do me because I got grandkids now. And I was thinking, man, there's a lot of cats in the joint from LA and Compton. And when I really thought about this, I think we got more talent out of our neighborhood than everybody but Compton. Seriously.
I've been involved in them kind of conversations with a lot of, cats that I was in jail with, niggas on the streets. Like, it's always a conversation when it comes to neighborhoods, whether it's, the Gardens as a whole or Long Beach because of Snoop and all of the people that he brought, Compton with NWA and all of that. The Bay Area is like a whole area itself, but as far as neighborhood, I think I would say this bar for bar, rapper for rapper, I don't think nobody can fuck with us on
okay, and if you want to go to that extreme and make it a broader area, Sacramento in general. Yeah. I'm talking about Oak Park, the Heights, Valley High, us as a whole.
Yeah.
I mean, look at you. Look at all these up and coming young rappers. And I ain't gonna name no names. I'm not doing that. But Sacramento as a whole, we got so much talent. We got book writers and script writers that I didn't even know when I started talking about my book. All these people, we got art museums in Oak Park.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so people that draw and coming from our neighborhood, man, growing up, I didn't see none of this. And I knew Sean could rap. My mom and his mom lived across the street from each other since he was 8. Him and my little brother was like best friends growing up. And when I heard him rap, and then his mom lived on Riverside Theory, and she was like, Sean's coming home next week. And I heard him rap when he came home, and I was like, oh yeah. But then I left again. I was gone for 5 years. When I came home, it was on. You guys were, doing your thing. But what I'm saying is, as a whole, man, if we if it wasn't so much split in Sacramento, and guys like you and me, and there's several other individuals could come together, and like I know it's in your heart, but I know there's people this not worthy of that, right? But if everyone would come together and put all our talents together, bro, Sacramento would be, because
I mean, even in the position I'm in where I work with so many people, there's still, you know what I mean? I get it. I'd rather it be my niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather it be my niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You.
If I'm gonna put somebody on, it's gonna be my niggas. It's gonna be niggas from.
And I respect that, but see, I'm more into creating jobs for people now.
Me too. But look at it like this from my perspective. Look what I came home in 2002, and I bumped into the homie, and he put me on. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. I look at it like when it's time to do something. When somebody put themselves in a position to say, "Yo, this is what I want to do," that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put somebody from my section on.
You know what I mean? I'm a sponge, and when you hit me with what you proposed to me, what you want to do with my book,
I'm making that a movie. I'm not even. Ain't no proposal. We making that a movie for sure, 100%.
Okay, so I slept on it. I slept on it for 3 days. As my viewers know, I wrote 4 books. They're complete. I did have a publishing deal with a lady in Baltimore when I was in prison, and she was getting me. But it's being redone now, new book covers. And when Rick heard some content in my book, he was like, "We're making that a movie." Yeah. And it really, I kind of knew that it was before, because everyone that's read it was like, "Man, I pictured this in a movie." But I'm not gonna have no control over content control of the movie. So
yeah, you will. 100%, you will. 100%.
Oh.
Yeah, it's your image, your likeness, it's your intellectual property. I'm pretty sure you don't know like all of the terminology for filmmaking and all of that shit, but that's why they have people who are like, they come on as, representatives of the actual project. You know what I'm saying? You ain't losing nothing. Not when you got somebody that's, on your team standing there, making everything move forward.
So my understanding was yesterday, our conversation, you like the guy, we ain't gonna
talk about that. We can't talk about that yet.
We're not talking about it, but you said he likes to own.
That's not the only way to go, though. That ain't the only way to go. That's
okay.
Yeah, sure.
We're gonna get off that subject because nothing's solidified. But yeah, you do. I told my viewers, I don't know the film industry. However, I know the music industry and I know the publishing industry, and they all work hand in hand.
To some extent, but like licensing is way different
in the film industry.
In the film industry and the music industry is way different. Like licensing, you still maintain that control.
Content control?
Yeah, it's your shit.
So
that's what ownership gets you. That's the difference in the music industry. The label owns shit. You know what I'm saying? But you the creator, you the writer, you the person who it's about. You know what I'm saying? When they do a movie about fucking when they have Denzel Washington play motherfucking Frank Lucas.
Yeah.
Frank Lucas is on set making sure that shit is what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. That changes the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're gonna try to push this forward. I just got a budget today for my what I'm doing by myself, and I do plan on we're gonna hit Atlanta for sure. You're in Atlanta, right?
I'll be in Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah, and so we are gonna hit that. What we're doing is we're taking my YouTube channel, our radio station, and this streaming platform, maybe not positive yet, and we're gonna travel, go do book signings, me and the homie, and we're gonna come and mess with you for sure. Like you're the second stop. We have to go to Nebraska and DC, but we're gonna come mess with you. But man, so you see, none of my interviews, we don't do pre-interviews. All my stuff is live. So when my facial expression does this, I'm surprised.
I don't want to give you the impression that anything that you turn over is gonna be out of your hands once you do that. It's like that in the music industry because the record company owns that. But you know what I mean. You control that, man. You walk that through the door and you tell motherfuckers how you want it to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You see the comment?
Yeah, sky's the limit is no longer in the cut. It's no longer in the cut, man. I'm doing, other things. I still got all of the songs. I just ain't I ain't interested in putting out no music, man.
So I found out today that you got an artist, a couple artists,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and one of them's about to perform with somebody.
Yeah. My artist OMB Peasy. He I co-manage him with my business partner. He going on tour with Kevin Gates. It's a
Kevin.
20 city tour. Him is Kevin Gates, OMB Peasy, and Huncho. So they're gonna be on the road. Shit, 20 dates, 20, and it's not like clubs. You know what I'm saying? It's auditoriums,
Venues, real venues.
Yeah, like it's stadiums.
Well, shit, Kendrick Lamar, he's selling everything out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
What is he? Is he opening for him?
Nah, it's pretty much a 3-man tour. They all headlining.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, this nigga doing multiple millions of streams and views regularly. So it ain't ain't gonna be no big homie, little homie on this joint.
Everything is about views, man, and I had to learn that. They wanted me to start this damn channel 5 years ago when I came home, and I was totally against it. But then I see the characters on here that started channels and blew up, and I'm like, their shit is fiction. You know what I mean? So there is a big genre for this. But I want to touch more about how you got, because when you came home in 2002, you said you had no clue to what was going on out here.
Hell no. I tell people this on a regular basis. Like I went in jail when I was 14 in 92, got out in 2002, and I ain't know shit. You know what I mean? I went in as a little boy, came out as a grown ass man who had never experienced nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was seeing the wrong nigga. That was that close to going back. You feel me? Because all I did was I went back right back to the hood.
Yeah.
And that's where I met. That's where I ran into Bo. I ran into Pep. And Pep was like, "Man, take the homie with you, because he one of them ones. We don't want him going back in there. You know what I mean? Take him with you." And Bo was like, "Come on."
So what you did was you use that, and that's what I've been doing all my life. I see something, I soak up everything I can, and I utilize it and think about it and study it, and then I put it into effect. And that's what you did with your career, because when I look back, when we was doing that video, you was a young kid. And, I was in my 30s then.
Yeah.
And the way I seen you studying was like, I've never seen that on the road. We was on the road. We was in LA, and you was in a hotel room where a lot of things were going on, a lot of things, and you was focused.
Yeah.
And when I
was trying to learn the world. You know what I'm saying? Like I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on in the world. I didn't know nothing.
I remember looking at your computer, and you was doing something with graphics on there at the table, and I was like, man, I told Bo, and I told a couple other people that's in that room. Well, I think Bo, the other individual that was with us, didn't want to let us use his car to go out and get some something to smoke. So I had to rent a limousine, and me and Bo went to Hoover.
Yeah,
we went to Hoover, but you didn't want no part. You want to stay there and do what you was doing.
I'm trying to figure this shit out. Whatever it is, I'm still like that today though. Like that's my daily, just trying to find information.
And that's really a gift, man, because a lot of people at your age don't do that. That's why it does. You can't jump over stairs. You have to take baby steps. And when you learn something and what you did, you're self-made.
No, not really. Like look, I have this conversation with people regularly because of the type of shit that you know what I mean? Because of where I came from and the shit that I've been through. You know what I'm saying? Like it's difficult to say I'm self-made when I know for a fact I learned a lot from all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like my first time ever leaving California was with Bo. You know what I'm saying? That nigga had relationships with motherfuckers from 10, 15, 20 years. You know what I mean? That he had come across. And that's what I learned. He was like, nigga, you got to learn to meet motherfuckers, keep a relationship with them. And you know what I'm saying? Either nurture that relationship or cut it the fuck off. And if you do that, the way you handle it is what's going to determine how shit go for you. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be a people person in this business.
Yeah. But it wasn't even just that. Like, he took me places, I met motherfuckers, and I kept those relationships. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't burn no bridges.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I did here and there, but you know what I'm saying? It was still making those relationships, nurturing them motherfuckers, letting them become what they gonna become. And today, I can still call motherfuckers in certain cities that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it does put me in certain positions. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Bo, man.
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah.
He did a lot for a lot of people. And he don't get the recognition he gets. He should get. But shout out to Sean, man. What's your most viewed music video you did?
I think he actually the most viewed music video I directed is probably or shot. It's either between Lil Pump Gucci Gang or like I was the second unit on that. That motherfucker got a couple billion views. My homeboy directed it. He brought me on. Like, that's one of them relationships where, you know what I'm saying? It's not always a nigga getting in the door and trying to close the door behind him. You know what I'm saying? He was like, nigga, you learning this shit. Come on, let me show you. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker got 1-point-something billion views.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's real crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. There's some more questions that I haven't posted. I'm not even gonna post all these questions. It's too much.
Come on, man. That's what we're here for. We got time. Let me grab something to drink. I can grab something to drink?
Yeah, grab something to drink. So, Babyface Lokester. So the homie says he knows you. You from San Diego?
Homie been following me like everything that a nigga been doing for hella long.
Yeah,
I know that for a fact. Like, I know for a fact he been following a nigga.
Yeah. So
whether it's on Instagram, whatever, I've been seeing him and his name, and you know what I mean, chopped it up with him a couple times.
Gucci Gang, my daughter loved that video. Yeah, I like that video too. I like that video a lot. But shit. And Atlanta is the old Hollywood when Tyler Perry. Oh, you from Watts? PJs are great.
I think Cub from Great.
I think he's from PJs. I think I talked. Yeah, he was on my shit the other day. I think he's from PJs. I think Ghost is his homie. And Weasel. But damn, my whole mindset. I was thinking the other day that Tyler Perry opened that. Oh, he's from Great. Yeah. Oh, I know all your homies. I know.
Shout out to my nigga. You feel me? I'm fucking with you, Babyface.
I know all your homies. A lot of them's out here. But hey, Rick. So I was trying to tell my viewers before I even had you on or before we even talked. Since Tyler Perry, see, I got a cousin. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's a writer for the show Mixed Dish, and he moved to Hollywood years ago. And he got on with Mixed Dish. He's the head writer for Mixed Dish, right? And the show ended, so he went to New York to visit. He wants to move to New York right now. And I told him, man, he's a hell of a writer. This really
Wakanda, my nigga. This is for black people. Being in Atlanta.
Oh, I know.
The speed of which you able to put yourself in positions is crazy. Like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Shit happen for you so fast because there's so many people trying to do stuff with people like them. You know what I'm saying? In New York and LA, it's not like that. You know what I mean? They got their own little, their niches and motherfuckers who've already been there, and they only let motherfuckers like them in.
Their little crews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we got a lot of creative writers right here, man. And I'm trying to put everyone on. I try to put everyone on in another game, and it just doesn't work out. But when you're doing everything legitly, and I trust in God now, straight up. And with that being said, it's like everything falls into place for me. all the time. Before, I would have so much confusion and frustration. Now, if I'm doing his will, it's coming back to me. I did too much dirt in my life to do dirt anymore. So I'm trying to build financial freedom for everybody around me, bro.
Right.
And it's been happening. I've been blessed since I've been at home 4 years, 8 months right now. And I did backslide when I first came home because one of the homies from the feds was out, and I backslid for a few months. But I had to really check myself because I cannot see myself sitting in no 651 I Street ever again. The first trade that comes up under my door, I'm throwing it in the police's face. I can't see myself doing that, bro.
That's the decision that's gonna keep you out of there.
Yeah,
you gotta make that decision before you know what I'm saying. That's what I said. Like I'm like they ain't getting me back in there.
Never. And so when I first started this channel, Rick, it was geared towards saving our kids and our youth from having to go through what me and you went through. You went through as a youth, 14 years old. See, I can't say I was lucky, but I didn't hit a state facility until I was 18, and I was sentenced to 16 months in prison, but they housed me in YA as an M number.
Yeah,
and I knew that wasn't going to work out.
What year was that?
88. So they sent me to NRCC because I had halftime, and I thought I was going to stay there in dorm 7, but but it didn't work out that way. I had to do something to somebody, and they sent me to DeWitt Nelson. When I get to DeWitt Nelson, Black Lab, Laid, Pooh, Bread just left, and so what happened was I had a northerner cousin. I just had to end up hurting somebody, and they sent me to prison with 3 more years on my sentence. And after that, it was a wrap. I haven't stopped going back and forth for 35 years. This is the longest I ever been out. I was come home for 2-3 years and do what I was doing. But
sometimes it takes a motherfucker a minute to learn that ass whooping don't feel good.
But it took a long time for me to realize, that I got kids and grandkids now, and I do not want to see them where I was at, because I've never hit a level 1, level 2. I always level 3 and level 4, and it was rough. It was real rough. I always stayed on the main line, and I pressed, so it was kind of rough. And what I'm trying to tell my youth right now is there's another way. If I would have known what I know now back then, I would be so much further in life. But I want to ask you a question. How old are you now?
I'm 45.
45. You're 8 years younger than me. At 45 years old, what would you tell 12-year-old Rick?
Oh, nigga.
I know I put you on the spot.
That's a crazy conversation, my nigga, because it's, maintaining values and principles, you know what I mean? Standing on who you are and what you are, but also understanding that every decision that you make don't got to be predicated on the worst things that you're willing to do. You know what I'm saying? You know how you get to that? You know how you get to a point sometime where you like, fuck it.
Yeah, I've been there plenty of times.
Big Gritter, what up? Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
You get to that point sometime where you like, fuck it, even though you know both sides of the street, what's gonna happen and what might happen, what could happen. You still make the decision to go to the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying?
But you made a grown man decision at 14 years old. We ain't gonna talk about it, but you made a grown.
That was hell no. That was like, yeah, I did for sure. I did, but it wasn't until I realized later that, nigga, you could have. It would have been worse if that shit wouldn't have went the way it went. It would have been worse 2-3 years later. I'd have just been getting out next year or some shit.
Hey, Big Gritter, 210. Yeah, I'm gonna answer that for him. I'm not gonna put that on the screen.
Yeah, I answered it. Yeah, I seen as soon as I seen it.
You didn't answer that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna take that now. But that's not his name anymore. People always call me dog. I'm not. I'm Donnie. I left that name 8 years ago. But I can't shake it for some reason, just like you can't when you come back to Sacramento.
It's always like that.
It's always like that. And it's like, when you got that name and people know you by it, it's like an expectation when I hear that name.
Mm-hmm.
He must be doing this. He must be.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at home with my grandkids. I'm at home with my family. I don't go out at night, and I'm making budgets. I'm trying to make jobs for people.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing, and I plan on keep doing that. It was destined. It was destiny came true when me and him hooked up again. Put it like that, because there is a lot of things that people could network and do, because we both have knowledge about a lot of things, and him more so in the film industry. And like I said, I've been writing books. I've been touching big publishing companies with my books, and I just ain't satisfied. I never was one to go to a major with a song or an album. I was always independent. And the guy was working.
If I could have told motherfuckers about that, like I would have did that. Like I would have. It's now that I learned it, the major ain't nothing wrong with the majors. They just what independents don't have is the relationships and those teams that the majors, excuse me, the teams that the majors have. You know what I'm saying? They don't got those A&Rs that make sure you do those big interviews. They don't make sure that you get in those big magazines. They don't make sure you do all of that. But with you being the owner of what you have, you got the ability to do whatever the fuck you want, bro, on everything.
You know who taught me the game? It ain't someone that you would think.
St. Charles?
I studied Too Short.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's got a major deal early.
Yeah, so Too Short was coming out to Trump, and that's who showed me more without talking. I didn't meet Too Short until 98. And you know, he really showed me just by what he was doing, what to do. And people didn't know that blueprint because they thought he was just talking shit on his songs, but that's what he was really doing.
Right.
And he'd been out there where you at for years before anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And when you soak game up like me, I'm a listener. And when I listen to people and their stories, you know, that's a blueprint to me from where I come from.
Right.
So I always been open to learn from, even when I was locked up. I used to sit with all the OGs, the older cast than me. I never messed with youngsters unless we was doing something. But I always soaked the game like that. And that's what I noticed about you from the first day I met you. I'm like, this dude is a listener and he's a studier. And there's nobody else that's going to be more successful than someone that soaks up enough game.
Yeah.
And that's what you was doing. And that's why
I'll be having that conversation with my baby homie, with Baby Cyco. You just interviewed him a couple ago.
Shout out to Baby Cyco, man.
Yeah.
You know he wanted to be Baby Dog, right? No, ask him.
That's my heart right there, homie. That's
yeah.
I'll be trying to get him to understand, like, you don't got to keep making the same decisions because he elope no matter what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's my heart. I'm trying to tell him, like, you can do so much other shit besides, like, if you put all of the determination you got to ride into something else, nigga, you will be a billionaire.
And he's actually focused on that.
Yeah, right now he is for sure.
And I didn't know you was in his ear, but the conversation in the interview I did with him amazed me because the last time I talked to him, he was picking something up, going to do something.
I'm always telling him, like, nigga, they don't gotta be, you know what I mean? We done done enough. Yeah, we done done enough, nigga. We didn't gave him enough time between me, him, and Big Cyco. Nigga, I think we didn't get a state 50-something years between three niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of time
for stupidity.
Yeah, for being young and dumb.
For something that's not giving us nothing back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I've been telling him and Big Cyco, like, man, it's time to do something else. And they both got action that coming home soon too.
Yeah, they both will be home.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll be in a position that they don't have to do anything.
Right. Exactly.
Like I'm really focused on Big Skull right now because I know he's so much like me, the way he's used to living.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't living like that right now, but he sees the big picture. It takes time, patience, and hard work.
As long as he don't rush it, he'll be all right. I could hear it in his voice today when we had the phone call.
Yeah,
he'll be all right. You know what I mean? He'll be all right.
Yeah, he'll be all right. He's focused, and he did when he was in there. He just did 15, and he wrote every day. So he got content.
Yeah,
and I got some of his content right now, and it amazed me because as a writer, and I don't want to say this because it's me, but I don't think anybody could write like me as a writer.
Now, come on now. Come
But
on.
listen to what I'm saying.
Come on now. Now,
Listen, the only person I think can mess with me at writing is Wesley Hunter, Godfather from Main Street. He showed me so much in the short time we was together. In his books, he writes. He's unbelievable, bro. He got 31 books published. He took them off the shelf because he's rich now, messing with his network marketing. But when I read Skull's book, his short story, I give Skull credit that he's equal to me in writing. And I don't give no one props like that. So I know with me and his content, we will be down there making movies and whatnot.
Yeah,
I do want to make a trailer though, like you said, because
proof of concept. That's where all, like, a lot of times when you see trailers for a movie, the movie ain't done. You know what I'm saying? That's a proof of concept. It's like the single for an album. Once you come with that single, the label give you the bread. Like, okay, if this is what it's gonna be, this is what the album is gonna be based around. We gonna give you a check to get that done. You know what I'm saying? People don't know that because the industry, the film industry, you know, it's not as known. But that's pretty much what a proof of concept is. Once you show them, like, look, this is the concept of the movie, they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll give you some money to put that together. You know what I'm saying?
Or give you a budget to put it together.
That's what I'm saying. Some money, a budget. Yeah, for sure. Here go a check. Here's the check. That's what it is, though. Once you show them that you got something that they feel like they can sell and make some money off of with you, yeah, they're gonna cut you a check, and they have to. Every film, every production company has to spend X amount of dollars per year. He downstairs.
So they have to give. So they got money they have to give away.
It's just like record labels. Yeah, every record, like major record label, Universal got to spend $750 million a year. Why do you think at the end of the year, October, November, December, they signing anything?
Anything. You're
here,
right.
$200,000. How much money we got left on this budget? If they still got $5-7 million, they're gonna get taxed on that, and they still got to pay it back. You feel me? So they, every one of them motherfuckers got to spend a certain amount per year. They got to get a certain amount of shit out.
Yeah. You in the right spot. You in the right position for a lot of stuff, man. And I want to bring something up. We ain't talked about this. And I wasn't going to bring it up, but I brought it up to somebody else because Baby Psych brought it up to me about a month ago. It was something that you disagreed upon that I did with a couple of your beats and songs with somebody.
I didn't never say nothing about it. I didn't know nothing about it. I think I knew about it, but I was like, nigga, I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, he told me about it. He was like, I think the homie think you mad at him. I'm like, nigga, I didn't know.
No, because you know why? Because he told me. I didn't tell. The only people that know is me.
Tell me what you did, nigga. Tell me what you did.
You don't know?
No, I don't know. I had heard, my nigga. Listen, everything was so new to a nigga, fresh back then. Everything was so new. I didn't give a fuck about nothing, my nigga. Everything was new and exciting. Like, I didn't have nothing of my own. You feel me? I had no crib. I had no car. I had a car. Remember, Bo Uncle stole my car the first day I remember. But nigga, I ain't have nothing of my own, my nigga. I was just in love with just being free. You see what I'm saying? When niggas was like, oh, songs and this and that, I was like, nigga, these motherfuckers is coming out of nowhere. The songs. Like, these is motherfucking shit that I'm just imagining. I wasn't attached to that shit to the point where I would be bothered by a nigga doing nothing with the shit. I wanted it to be out there anyway.
So I'm gonna put it in a nutshell. I took some songs and I resold the songs for $150,000.
Oh, you owe me some money. Okay. Well, shit. No, so, I didn't know. I heard. You feel me? I heard. I didn't know.
A few people was mad at me, But
I wasn't
one of the individuals that was mad at me, he was the majority of the songs I sold, right?
Oh, yeah.
He didn't own them, but he did the songs, and he was quite mad at me because, and it wasn't nothing the dude that I sold them to could actually use, and I knew that.
Yeah.
So he was quite upset with me for a while, but I was gone already. I was down the way going 240, going 240 a month canteen, breaking people out this here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nigga, I didn't know nothing. Like I didn't at that time. Like you got to think, I had just learned how to rap back then. I wasn't no rapper.
It didn't sound like it. It didn't sound like it.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. But I didn't. I wasn't no rapper when I came home.
Man, I don't know where you learned.
The homie will tell you. He was like, "Bo, take the homie with you." He one of our real little homie. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He with all of the.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. Bo was like, "Can you rap?" I was like, "Nigga, I could carry the pistol." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Nigga, this nigga gonna get us put back in prison." Hell no, nigga, come on.
Yeah.
I went to the studio with Bo every single day from that point. And then we went on tour, nigga, and I never went back to California ever. You know what I'm saying? I ran from parole. I ran from YA parole to go with Bo. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, nigga,
I remember that now. I remember that.
So I didn't, nigga, everything was new. I didn't know nothing. I had just learned how to rap. So all of them songs, whatever them songs was, Madball always tell me about the one song about all of the homies and cars and all of that shit. He loved that song, but nigga, that shit was coming out of nowhere in my mind. Like, nigga, you know what I mean? I'm just sticking my truth.
But when you look back at the video, Gangsta Pimpin', that's what you was on.
Yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, nigga, but it was still new.
But
learning how to rap.
When everybody rapped and 151 did the hook, I watched that video 10 times in the last 2 days, right? You stand out more than everyone was seasoned rappers on there, but you.
Yeah.
But your delivery.
Yeah, I was just learning.
And so many people that I showed that video to was like, who is that? Everybody. In this
video. Learning and experimenting, my nigga. I didn't know who I was, where I was going to end up. You know what I mean?
That video.
One time I thought I was Tupac. One time I thought I was Bo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was taking influence from everybody. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of people
hood stories.
A lot of people take influence from Pac, Bo, Cube, E40. You know what I mean? And they put their own twist on it. But to me, listening to that song, you was like, I thought for sure. I was like, that's the next Cube. You know, Cube's my favorite rapper always been.
He was my favorite rapper too.
Really?
Babyface to tell you, Babyface had that Get Money Have Heart album. The insert of that album cover was the insert of that album cover was dedicated to my favorite Ice Cube album of all times, Kill at Will.
Kill at Will. That's the
handing a pistol. Yeah, that's the inside. And once you pull the album, the CD out, I'm handing the pistol. Like, yeah, nigga, go do what you gonna do. That was my, you know what I mean, my ode to Cube.
So we moved on past the pistols.
Yeah, for sure. I ain't, man.
We grown men now, and the pistols, the dope game, all that's over with. So we're right now. We're halfway through our life. We're in our second term of our life. And I'm trying to give back. I know you're trying to give back. We are gonna hook up.
Yeah, for sure.
This year, I'm bringing my content out there. You'll probably get my content before I get out there. I'll be out there.
I'm gonna be out that way soon. I'm gonna come see you for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna see you this month. I forgot. Yeah, you coming out here this month.
I'm telling people I went from shooting. I went from shooting niggas to shooting niggas. I shoot music videos.
Way more people you shooting now, huh?
Yeah. Now when I shoot people, they live forever.
With deep pockets.
Yeah. Now when I shoot people with my camera, they live forever.
That's tight shit, man. I'm proud of you, man. And I don't say that to too many people outside of my family, but looking at your life and what you made of it is like, and I gotta tell you something. I heard about you in Vegas 8 years ago, 8 years ago. And you was going by another name, and there's another individual going by that name. So I kept getting them mixed up. But then when I seen your picture on the thing, I was like,
that's the homie. Yeah, that's a little homie.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, this dude's out there doing that. And I'm like, man, and I don't see none of the people that used to be with us around you. And I'm like, okay, he's smart.
Yeah.
He's real smart because you can't take everyone with you that's living in the 80s and 90s still. And this is 2021 because people are so behind in time.
Right.
And I try to stay current and I listen to my son. My son be rapping, his little cousin be rapping, and I listen to him and I be giving them pointers, but they're hard-headed.
Yeah.
They got songs out, they be on stage doing little car shows and stuff, but I'm old man dad to them. Dad, when you was doing this stuff, you guys were selling cassette tapes and doing it on ADATs. And that's true.
Man. It's like true. It's a lot of shit it's a lot of stuff that could be taken from back then that could be implemented today that'll help today. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like today's like I done been, I've been managing artists for the past 5 years. Two of the artists that I have, they just signed major deals. Like with money up front. I had one artist who only had one record. And at the time it had 1 million streams. And that's all they gave a fuck about. And they was like, here, we're gonna give you some money, and we only want 20% of whatever it is that you make.
That's what I wanted to touch on. Back when we was producing, it was no 80-20 split, artist 80. But you put me up on something the other day because I ain't been in the music industry since what 98, 99. But you told me now everybody Empire changed the game.
Yeah.
And you told me that artists gets 80, companies get 20, and that's every company.
That's pretty standard, unless you do a 360 deal, which allows the label to take part of your touring, part of your fucking merchandise, shit like that. But that also forces them to have to give you a whole lot more money up front. You know what I'm saying?
They don't want to do that.
They will, because they know if you're an artist like imagine Tech Nine signing a major deal. You know what I'm saying? That nigga's the biggest independent artist in the world.
Yeah.
Imagine him signing a major deal and a label giving him $100 million and then getting, pieces of each thing that he sells, pieces of all his big ass sold out shows. You know what I'm saying? They're going to make money forever off of him.
And he's going to lose really in the long run.
In the end, in the long run. But that $200 million up front is, $100 million up front, $50 million up front. That's a nice chunk for your whole family.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
With $100 million.
The 80-20 deal is like, everybody is doing that because it is like Empire pretty much created a new standard for people. But if they take 100 people and make 20% off of each one of those people, that's a lot of money. You know what I mean? Then they got money to go take and give a big advance to another artist.
And if me and our friend would have figured that out back in 92 and 93, we wouldn't be where we at right now.
Right.
Yeah, man. It's crazy how the music industry changed. And this film industry is really changing right now. And I think it's for the better for people like me and you. Hollywood is going to be a ghost town in a few years because everyone I know is moving out there where you're at.
Yeah, for sure.
What you drinking on, man? You got me? Late night Friday night sip?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I don't drink. I don't drink at all. I still don't drink.
Yeah, you never drank.
I don't drink, still don't smoke, none of that.
That's a good thing. So wait, did you answer the question what you would tell your 12-year-old self?
Yeah, I did. That's just a conversation that I would still be having. I would have that conversation. I would still be talking, nigga. Like
that's what I said. When someone asked me that question, I couldn't end the conversation because I would be talking from 12 to 20.
Right. Yeah.
And I can't even remember when I was 12 what I was doing. I was doing the worst stuff of my life when I was 12 and 13 years old.
Right.
And I wish I would have known back then what I know now because I'd have stayed in school.
I was learning to be the 14-year-old me at that time. You know what I'm saying? The one who ended up going to YA and doing all that time. I was learning to be that me at 12. So I would have been like, nigga, hold on, don't nigga, you.
Hey, what was your mindset when they sentenced you? How much time did they give you when you was 14?
So before you go to YA, they give you the maximum amount they can. They gave me 27 years. And then when you get to YA is like we can only keep him until his 25th birthday.
Yeah.
But we gonna give him 7 years, right? So my 25th birthday would have been 10 years.
Yeah.
So they gave me 7. And while I was in, I would have been getting out in 1999. But while I was in there, thanks to Baby Cyco and Gunplay, I ended up with 3 more years. I wasn't coming home when I early. There wasn't no coming home early.
It ain't when you're in YA. You don't come home.
Yeah, nigga, I was what? Yeah, and so, I had the homies. I had Baby Cyco, you know, my little homie with me in my unit.
Yeah, that's a hard. So let me ask you this, because I remember the first time I was sentenced as an adult, or at 18, 16 months was like what? Yeah, 16 months. So for you to get that much time as a kid, you're supposed to be in high school, going to the 10th grade, 9th grade.
I had got put up, so I was going to 10th grade because I had got put up. I had went from 4th grade to 6th grade. You know what I'm saying? I never went to 5th grade.
You always were smart.
Yeah, I got skipped up because they was like, oh, he ain't you know how a nigga be in the class clown? I was just doing my work and fucking off in the class for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And they was like, he need to go to 6th grade. He doing his work too fast. They pushed me up, so I would have been going in the 10th grade when I was supposed to be in the 9th. But like I end up, I don't know. I think the time that a nigga was sitting in that motherfucker, but at that time, I didn't think about the time that they gave me. Because like I know, the worst time that you spend in jail, my nigga, is waiting to find out how much time you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you going to court and all of that shit is the worst. Like
the worst.
But once they tell you what you got to do, you like, okay, I know what I got to do. It wasn't once okay, all right, nigga, guilty. Okay, I know I'm not getting out of this motherfucker for the next 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't no worrying about nothing else. Mind state is there ain't no, like, once you know, and you done been in there long enough for niggas to be like, nigga, they probably gonna give you this, they gonna do this, this what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So that was
the majority of your thoughts. It's not humane to be in jail, and I could get into all the bad things I've seen.
Yeah.
I did, and for a kid, 14 years old, looking at 10 years in jail, I can't even imagine that. Especially one of my kids at 14, they're all older now, in their 20s, but it's like I can't even imagine when I was 14 in the 9th grade. I got kicked out of Burbank in the summer school year, and I had to use my grandma's address to go to McClatchy, and McClatchy was nothing but Bloods.
Right.
So I knew then I was going to jail when they sent me to McClatchy.
But this is the thing, like, think about this. When you that young, you make your mind up like, okay, I can't do nothing but ride. You feel me? Like, it's good. I'm not going in there, nigga. And it ain't gonna be too many motherfuckers because of where we grew up at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be too many motherfuckers my age that's gonna be able to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you grew up with niggas who was maniacs, lunatics. Nigga, you wasn't 14-year-old niggas, 15, 16, 17-year-old niggas was gonna have hell.
So you was all gas, no brakes when you got. Where'd you go to OH Close?
Nah, I went to Nellis first, nigga. They was like, "You're a gang member. You're going to Los Angeles to
they
learn."
Said you.
Yeah. I went to Whittier, nigga. Like, what? I told you, like, the only reason, like, nigga, when I got down there, I was like, nigga, this is out. Nigga, don't know. I don't know none of the gangs down here. I don't know none of who's nothing. I was in Nellis, and luckily, it was 2 niggas from Northern California down there. A big nigga named D-Dog. He was from 107 from Fresno. And the homie Madball from our neighborhood had been down there already. He had already laid the groundwork. When I get there, they like, nigga, your homeboy Madball, skinny nigga, man, was down here riding. That nigga crazy. He look just like you. Y'all cousins, y'all. Like, nah, nigga. But we the same. You feel me? I ain't just, you know. But that's like the, you know, that's the motherfucking, that's the thing that go through a nigga mind when you young like that, and you don't know how fucked up of a position you in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know how bad you fucked up.
Yeah.
At 14, nigga, you ain't finna go home for the rest of, nigga, whole 2000s, the 99s.
How did your family take it?
I mean, there wasn't no. I don't know. Like my mom was like, nigga. So there was a point when I was going to trial because I was like, I wasn't taking no deal because the deal wasn't going to be no different.
Yeah.
It was like you either take second-degree murder or first-degree murder. They both was the same amount of time.
For you, yeah.
Yeah, they was the same amount. There was no difference. And my mom was like, look, I'm gonna let you make that decision. Cause she was like, I want my baby home as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But she's also looking at it like, nigga, maybe this black lady who is your judge might feel sorry for you and think you learned your lesson, and you never know. I wasn't taking no deal. I was like, nigga, hell no. Y'all gonna have to make sure I'm guilty. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was, nigga.
I always said that for us growing up in the lifestyle we live, it's harder on our families than it is on us.
Yeah, for sure. Like they go through shit.
They go through it. Yeah.
Do. You know what I
Because
mean?
we in there, like me, I always just immediately get in the mix. I find out who's what, and it's like I'm living in my own world in there. Right. And of course, everyone outside is on my mind, but I try to erase that because I got to focus in there. But I could tell wife going through it, mom going through it, kids going through it. So it's more of a hardship when these youngsters pick up a gun and take someone's life, because you're destroying not just the person that you murk, but you're destroying your own family when you do it. And people don't realize. I didn't realize it when I was young. I know you didn't. We don't have that mindset because we've been brought up around the streets, and we don't listen to moms, pops. My pops was never there anyway, but I never listened to no one but Bobby Gray, my Uncle Arthur, and
Bobby
they taught me, what it's supposed to be like, and they never been to prison before. But I tried to outact them and do what they wasn't doing because I wanted to be known. You know what I mean? And I ended up in prison, man. And I want to say that I really, I have remorse for that, for everything I've ever done hurting people. And I wish I would have never hurt the people I hurt. That's why right now I'm doing what I'm doing.
Do you change it though?
Huh?
Do you change it?
Yeah, I'm trying to live my best.
Would you change it?
Huh?
Would you change it? Because people ask me that all the time. Nigga, you did all that time. Would you have changed it?
So there's two answers to that. I thought about that question because I asked myself that question.
Mm-hmm.
I would change it for my family's sake, but for what I got out of it and who I became now, I wouldn't have learned out here.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing I tell people. Like, you got to think at 14, nigga. If I would have been 4 months older, I'd have got sentenced to prison at 15. At 18, they'd have been sending me from YA to prison.
Yeah.
It's
so
not
you was blessed.
Like, it's not just that. It's, nigga, if I was going to be worse. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was going to be worse 2 years later or a year later. Or if I would have beat the case.
Yeah. Then you would have thought you was Iron Man.
Man.
You was invincible.
Yeah, that was, so I don't change it, man. It turned me into the man that I am. It put me in the positions that I ended up getting into. It put me on the path that I ended up walking and finding my way along the way. Yeah, I would take back the action, but I wouldn't want to undo the lessons learned and you know what I'm saying? The manhood gained in the process. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what. So James Smith, right? Do you know that name?
James Smith. Oh, no, James.
So he's from the hood.
James Smith.
He's from the hood, right? Because he's been on my channel from the beginning. He knows everybody from the hood, and he keeps asking me for Mr. Doctor, SIBO, X-rated. He knows everybody, but he knows them in a way, not the internet show me. He knows them from when they was kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we have conversations. So I always post he won't tell me who he is. Or if
no, I'm trying to think of the name, James Smith.
I don't think that's his real name, man.
Okay.
Because he knows way too much details about the 80s, the early 80s. You know what I mean? So I do be posting his comments and stuff. But hey, Cyc, I know you're a busy guy. I know it's late where you're at right now. It's probably midnight, huh?
11? It's all good.
11 o'clock. But look, I had to rush home for this. I appreciate this. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments and we'll get back to you. But right now, we are looking at my book. I'm set. You know, when I put my mind to something, I go way out. I spend as much as I have to get it done. And I always knew it would eventually, maybe when I was gone off this earth, turn into a movie because the content in it is so authentic and real. I had to take something off of my book. You know how people put something on their books and their movies to make it seem bigger?
Mm-hmm.
I had to take some stuff off of my book because some of it was unbelievable, but it's really transpired. So I took a lot off of my book. I didn't want to say the amounts and all that stuff because it just didn't seem authentic. So my co-defendant, however, she does not want me to put the book out, but she has no say in it. Her picture's going to be on the book.
Nah, don't do that then. That's why that right there is why they say, you know, the names have been changed to protect the, you know what I'm saying?
I changed everyone's name in it, but mine and hers.
Nah, you got to protect her, bro.
Wait, listen. Our court transcripts are in the book with our pictures in the newspaper.
No.
All of it.
Some shit.
Hey, listen. There's pictures of her. There's pictures of her in a witch's costume walking in up to a teller with a witch's costume.
Look, bro, sometimes you gotta be. Sometimes authenticity needs to be eliminated from stories because you never know what that might turn into for her later. Jesse,
I talk to her still. I
know, but I'm saying you never know what that could mean for her, like in regular. This nigga said, because you know, okay, remember when you used to get your court shit and it be motherfuckers' names in there and they cover your
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
You supposed to do this. Nigga's crazy.
Hey, so do you know who that is?
I think I know who that is, but I'm trying to see Jesse, man. Jesse. I don't know. He got to be older than me.
So Jesse, the only Jesse I know is Jerome Pinkney's brother and Marcus McAfee's brother, Jesse. I don't know. Oh, wait, Jesse on 29th Street.
I don't know, man, but you know,
I'm definitely gonna
numbers on me, man. You know what I mean?
I'm definitely gonna look into that as soon as we hang up.
You got that big ass tattoo on your back?
Yeah, that's not a regret though.
Nah, hell no.
Just when I go swimming at people's houses and I gotta take my shirt off, people are like, "What is that? What is that?" I'm like,
"Man, what does that mean? What's that for?" I'll be like, "Man, listen. You know how Tiger got their stripes to warn you." You know
hey, so I want to talk a little bit. Someone wanted me to do a show about tattoos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I got my nickname in 9-inch letters on my stomach and that big ass 29th Street on my back is because I got tired of people coming up to me asking me what's my name and where I'm from. Yeah. So I'm a walking billboard.
Yeah, that's it.
So you ain't gotta ask me. If you got a problem, just take off. That's how I felt in prison. You ain't gotta walk up to my cell and ask me my name and where I'm from. You see where I'm from. So if that's why I got it.
Yeah.
And it worked because people stopped asking me. And someone to bluntly put that out there, you know, they must be with the business, right?
You know what I mean? Shit.
My government name is Jesse from 29th Street. Jesse, I'm gonna find out who you are, Jesse, and we're gonna have a conversation offline. It's been an hour, Rick. I appreciate it. It's late. I know it is. I'm gonna tap in tomorrow. I'm supposed to be out to dinner, but I canceled my dinner appointment because I was so happy. I got my budget today. I got my budget today, bro. And it wasn't even expected. I was gonna come out of my own, go spend my own dime to go travel on this tour, right? But I got my budget today, man. It was a blessing because I wasn't even really looking forward to the budget.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing other stuff that can't be talked about on here with diesels and stuff. And I'm trying to get a fleet of I'm trying to do a lot of other business right now.
What's the name? Have you considered non-CDL?
I got one.
Box trucks?
Yeah, I got one. We'll talk about it offline.
Think about this is what I say. Yeah, I would definitely be interested in getting involved with that with you if possible. Consider the jobs that we could give to people who don't have the resources to go and get a CDL. You know what I mean? Consider the ability that we would afford people to travel throughout the United States that may not be able to travel regularly just on a job. You know, you send a nigga to New York in a box truck, he be able to see the world or see the United States. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, you know, former prison inmates or whatever the case, you know what I mean?
Hey, Jesse, we answered that. Yeah, that's him. We answered that for Babyface Lokester.
Yeah, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me and you know, me and my fam been talking about that shit. Me and Wooch been talking about that shit for some months now. We pretty much we going with that for sure.
Okay, so yeah, that's one individual that I would work with indefinitely. And you, I've been knowing Wuchis for years, and years. And I like his craftiness. He
you called that nigga crafty.
No, what I mean by that, let me rephrase that. Wooch is like me. When he sets his eyes on something, he does his research and he does
That's all that nigga been talking about. Nigga, give me a van.
No, I know, and he's gonna do it, no doubt.
Right.
He's been around everybody from our area for a long time, and that's him and Pokey. And I respect them very much. And me and Wuchi was supposed to do something years ago. We was talking about it, and it never happened because he left and then I left. But yeah, he's back there, huh?
Yeah, that nigga right there.
Let me see your face, Wooch. You got a long beard on. You can still got the long gray beard.
The long beard.
Yeah. So yeah, let me let you guys go. My phone is going off the hook. Is that baby such and such? Is that dog hit me? Woo, woo, woo. Y'all, if y'all ain't on my channel, then y'all don't know. Y'all must be on my channel asking me them questions. So
man,
yeah,
so how you end this thing, man? What you do with y'all? What you do? A shout out like the old school albums? What you do?
I'm gonna let you do the shout out, and I'm gonna let you close because I close a certain way, and I don't want to close my way.
Oh shit, I don't know. You know how you got? I think you close your way too. Shit, I just I think me coming on here is to give motherfuckers insight about what can be done when they come from Oh yeah, I performed on. Yep, that was me performing on the Modfather DVD, the West Coast Mafia DVD. I think just me coming on here and knowing where I came from and people knowing my story. You know what I'm saying? People knowing the music shit, people knowing where I'm at now as far as music videos, film, television. I think I'm personally a testament of what can be done as opposed to what niggas typically do when they come from the circumstances that we come from and the areas that we come from. You know what I mean? I think it's I'm a person who you could always come to and ask, like, how'd you do it? And I'm gonna have an answer for you that's not the typical, oh yeah, just hard work, dedication, determination. Like, no, nigga, you gotta make that decision. You gotta sit down with yourself. You gotta sometimes sit down and talk to the motherfucking demon within and tell that nigga he gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And not be looking for that shit, in the rearview mirror to try to stand up to be that person still. You know what I mean? That's the easy part. The hard part is, keeping that motherfucking door closed on that motherfucker once you close it and lock it. But, in closing for myself personally, I want to, I got a lot of motherfuckers that I feel a lot of gratitude towards. Definitely you included at the top of the list. Like, Bo, if it wasn't for Bo, a nigga 100% wouldn't be in the position that I'm in today. Like, even though I made the decisions and I made the relationships and I did all of that, if it wasn't for him bringing a nigga along, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't be doing none of this shit because I would have been back in jail, guaranteed, no questions, no ifs, ands, or buts. Cuz saw something in a nigga from day one, helped the nigga nurture it, put a nigga in a position to make decisions that I'm making now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Bo's done a lot for everybody, man, and
appreciate
I do love him. I salute you. We have our differences once in a while, but all family fights and have arguments. I mean, I've been knowing him for a number of years. I just
if you ain't never been punched in the mouth by your brother, he don't love you. You feel me?
And to come to find out, I never punched Bo in the mouth. I punched Black Lab in the mouth.
Another nigga. That's another nigga too. Cause like you probably don't know this, but Big Pook and Madball, when I first signed with Bo, the tour was starting. Big Pook called me like, nigga, you ain't going with Bo? I'm like, yeah, I don't, I ain't got the bread. He like, nigga, go, nigga, call my wife. Nigga, go pick up $200 and go get a plane ticket. Madball called me like, nigga, go pick up the other 200 from my wife. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas actually put me on the road because they seen something in the nigga.
That's tight.
Yeah, on everything. Like niggas don't know that because I tell them, you know what I'm saying? But if it wasn't for Pook and Madball, I would have never got on the road. I never would have left California. I'd have still
That's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah, nobody knew that, but Pook and Madball was the ones that called me. Like, nigga, you going on the road with Bo? I'm like, nigga, I don't know. I'm gonna chill with y'all.
Madball always been an inspiration for talent. He's always pushed, like he built homies up. You know what I mean? He's always been that. That's the type of guy he is.
Yeah, them niggas, they called me like, nigga, go pick up some money from wherever, whatever it was. Nigga, I didn't have a bread at the time. You know what I'm saying? It was just, nigga, my ambition to try to be something different. Them niggas was like, nigga, go pick up the money, nigga, and go to the airport, nigga, buy your ticket. Nigga, I got there, nigga, never been back to California, never lived in California since. Aside from like LA for work and shit, but I never went back to Sacramento. Nigga ran from parole and niggas, you know, they made sure nigga was good.
That's inspirational because a lot of, and I said this yesterday on my little spiel, it ain't a lot of people from our era that look out for each other besides a handful.
Yeah.
And I feel some type of way about some individuals because I've been a giver from 14 years old until the last time I went to prison.
That's the thing I know about you too. Like you, nigga, I remember y'all coming to the video because you was like, nigga, we all going. You know what I'm saying? We're not leaving the homies down there in LA by themselves to shoot no video, nigga.
No.
Like, nigga, come on, y'all. Whoever's coming with me, come on.
And then when I got there, Bo had that Lakers thing on. I had to go shopping to go find the King. I'm like, no, that ain't going there. And I remember you had the Rams.
I had the 29
Rams. Yeah. And it just felt like, why am I gonna let them be out there by themselves? And I know what they up against. And then he had to go turn himself in for the book. You know, I knew his situation. Mm-hmm. So he knows I love him, man. If he don't, something's wrong.
Yeah, man. Shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna reach out to him soon, man. And I know there's been some backstabbing going on. I've been hearing all kinds of shit, but I don't care about none of that shit. I love that dude.
Loco is the loco, nigga. He gonna tell you how he feel, nigga, whether you like it or not.
Look, I hate yes men. I can't stand someone to tell me something in my face, and I don't like it. And he is, and I respect that. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna reach out to him, man, before I come and see you.
Yeah, it's all good.
Reach out to him. It's 2 years overdue, and a lot of people on my channel have been asking about him. I don't even know Mr. Doctor like that, so y'all quit asking me that question. Man, I just know his history.
Yeah, doing that. That ain't, you know.
Yeah, he's a personal trainer at one of these fitness centers. That's all. No, he is.
I never met him. I ain't know nothing about him, but I heard.
Yeah, I mean, he was one of the first, but you know, he was here, then he was gone, and that's all I can say about that. Mm-hmm. G Parkway last year, Big Pookie stayed next door to me in G Parkway last year, cuz. Damn, last year.
Now call Big Pookie and find out who that is.
I am.
Yeah.
Free Big Madball, man. That's the homie right there, man.
Big Pookie Madball, nigga, my nigga.
Shout out to G-Man. I know G-Man's gonna be seeing this in a couple of days.
Yeah, you know, G-Man. Oh my God, I got so many stories with G-Man when I was fresh out.
Hey, we're gonna save that because that is my number one request on here. You got any stories about Big G-Man? I got 1,000 stories, but I'm not giving it up until I talk to him.
Nigga, I'm like, nigga.
That's the only person. That's the only person from 29th Street that I call Big Homie. Yeah. That's it.
We got a lot of big homies, nigga. Come on.
I know. I
do. Yeah, I'm the young generation.
But Gino, and G-Man and Gerald Hall, that's who I call. That's the only people I refer to as my big homies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
my nigga Gunplay, you know what I'm saying? That's like
shout out to Gunplay. He hit me the other day. I was surprised.
That's my left hand.
Yeah, that's why we're going to Nebraska first.
Yeah, that's my left hand right there.
Yeah, I love him. Yeah. Shout out to the foe. If you guys already haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. I got a special guest coming on Monday at 6 o'clock. Y'all been asking for him.
Oh, you got to try to get Bo on here for real, man. Y'all niggas, you know what I mean?
That's another conversation because I don't know if he's gonna want to get on here after I have my guest on Monday, but we'll have that conversation. But I do got a special guest coming on here Monday. A lot of people been asking about him. I know live streaming on a Friday night, it ain't that many people because everyone's getting a drink on and they smoke on. But look, the comments come to me. They come straight to my phone. If y'all want to make comments and y'all want to make requests, make it. But hit that notification bell, man.
West Coast Mafia reunion. You know what I think? I think West Coast Mafia reunion should be something live streamed where, you know what I'm saying?
I could put 10 people on here.
I'm saying a live stream, like a live broadcast, nigga. WestCoastMafia.com, where only motherfuckers going to see the performances go. You know what I'm saying? And pay for that. You know what I'm saying? If you imagine if you get 10,000 motherfuckers or 5,000 motherfuckers paying $9.99 on the WestCoastMafia.com website. You feel me? And then, nigga, that's $100,000, nigga.
Hey, Smurf Nacho, where you from?
That's a dope ass logo too. That's hard.
Yeah, I was checking that out. That logo is tight as hell.
Yeah.
So, hey James, I know you one of the ones that requesting Bo, and I'm gonna have the conversation. I can't guarantee nothing, but I will have a conversation with him. He's a busy man right now. I know that. He's very busy. Let's bring the West Coast back. What you mean bring it back? The West Coast is here to stay forever. But everyone's moving to the East Coast. I'm telling you that. That's where all the bread's at. But the West Coast ain't went nowhere. Everybody on my channel right now, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I think
tell you how many people you got in here.
So I think it was 64 at the beginning, but it fell off, then it built back up. So right now, I don't see my live viewers until as soon as I do it for some reason. I see the ones that keep making comments. So the viewers that's making comments, I see that many.
Okay.
I don't see all the viewers, but I'm getting them on this though, as you can see.
Yeah. The homie Babyface been coming through. He been fucking with a nigga for a long time, my nigga. Like,
yeah, me too. For some reason, he came on my channel and I got like, hey, I got some East Coast cats from DC and in New York that are very loyal, very loyal, and that's why I'm going out there to mess with them cats.
Yeah, shout out my homie Baby Cyco. You know what I mean? I love you, little nigga. I know you're gonna see this motherfucker in a few. You know what I mean? He be checking your shit out all the time. The homie dog, the homie dog.
I know Big BK. I've done hella ventures with him, shows and radio. Okay, so you guys are calling Bruce Knight Big BK. Okay, I could go for that, but no, for real, it's on some neighborhood shit. I know him is Bruce Knight, and he goes by Big BK, but I know Ken Martin is Big BK.
Yeah.
So when they told me Big BK wants to talk to me, that's who I thought wanted to talk to me. But then it was Bruce Knight, which I know Bruce Knight used to be in Triple Threat 3 with Michael Caraway back in the day. They're the first rappers I ever heard in my mom's driveway when I was 12 years old.
Nigga, that was like the 80s, nigga.
That was early 80s.
Yeah, the early 80s.
I remember going to the second level. and they was performing with Run DMC at the second level.
Nigga, I seen Run DMC at Hughes Stadium. Nigga, that was the first place I ever seen. I seen Run DMC and the Fat Boys.
And the Fat Boys in Pee Wee Herman, huh?
Yep.
I was there. I seen that.
Yep.
It was hot as hell that day too.
Hot as fuck, and hella shit was going on. Motherfuckers was passing out. All
I
kinds
remember that.
Yeah.
Do the Pee Wee. They was out there doing the Pee Wee. Okay, we've been on here an hour and 18 minutes. Rick, I appreciate the interview. I'm gonna tap in tomorrow. I know I'm late for what I was supposed to do, and I know I'm gonna be. Oh, it's only 8:30. I thought it was 9:30, but I do have another interview coming Monday at 6 o'clock, and you guys won't be disappointed because you guys been asking for him for a while. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not even gonna post nothing promo. If you guys want to tap in on Monday at 6, tap in. I appreciate it, Rick. Wooch, I send my love, Wooch. I know you over there. I know you over there with something in your mouth right now. You over there because I've been knowing you too many years not to be on a Friday night in the house without nothing out in your system.
I ain't disappeared, man. I went to do them, you know, I dropped another album, not the album in 03. I dropped another album in I think 2006. Get Money, Have Heart. That's out there.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I got another
I didn't
album.
know. Wait, hold on a second.
Yeah, I got an album called Street Chronicles was the first album.
I know that album.
Get Money, Have Heart was the second album. And then I you know, I started doing other stuff, man, movies and television and shit like that. That's what I'm doing now.
That's what's up, though. But I wish I would have heard this album before we got on this interview, though.
Wait till you hear that motherfucker. That motherfucker was that's where I found my, you know what I'm saying, my pocket,
Your lane.
Yeah, where I found my voice. Because Street Chronicles was just me all over the place. No mix, no nothing, just putting music together. I went to jail delivering that album to Tipo.
You went back to jail?
Yeah, I went to jail in LA, nigga, for having a fucking fake ID.
Who told me that? But you wasn't in jail long.
Nigga, I was on probation for 13 years, nigga.
For that?
Look, I went to jail. The only reason I ran from probation is because this nigga from Bounty Hunters had just came back. He was like, the nigga name was Babyface. He was from Bounty Hunters. He was like, nigga, listen, you not from here. They gonna give you probation. All you gotta do is stay out of trouble for 7 years. Nigga, I ran. Nigga, never got in no more trouble, no nothing. Nigga, when they finally pulled me over in Fresno in like 2016, nigga, pulled me over, took me to LA County, nigga. The judge was like, nigga, you've been running from this shit for 13 years. You've been off probation for 10 years.
Oh, they discharged you.
Kicked me out right then.
He was right.
That nigga was right because he had did it. He came
I
back.
wish I'd have known that.
Man, that nigga probation, nigga. You can run probation out as long as you don't get in no trouble. Nigga, I ran it out. Hell yeah. It was like, as long as you don't catch no other case, it was like, you ain't caught no case. You know how niggas be in jail, nigga, know all of the shit.
Yeah.
He was like, nigga, he was like, they finna kick you out of here. He was like, you ain't got in no trouble. I said, man, I ain't even got a parking ticket. He was like, they finna kick you out of here. You going home today. He was like,
and that's what happened?
Nigga, I went home that day. The lady was like, you've run for probation for 10 years. My probation was supposed to be 3 years. I could have got off in a year and a half after paying my restitution. Nigga, I went back and seen that lady. She was like, man, you've been on probation for 10 years. Here, you're going. No, nothing. No, why didn't you come back? Nothing. She just kicked the nigga off.
Because she felt you was a good
citizen.
She
couldn't do nothing.
Oh, they couldn't.
She could not do nothing. She was like, there's nothing I can do. I can't violate your probation because you're no longer on probation.
So
what
why did they
over there, nigga bugler?
36 years.
Nigga, I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga rolling up? Weed that fast, nigga?
I don't smoke weed. I take edibles though.
Yeah, nigga rolled up some bugler. Hell yeah.
Okay, so this is a conversation, and Wuchi could get in this because this conversation been asked to me 100 times, and I got my own input on this, and my input ain't what everybody else's input is on it.
Okay,
read it. Read it.
This nigga.
Read it, Rick.
Who started Garden Block? BK said he's one of the originals from the start.
Huh?
Who started Garden Block?
Cadillac Tone.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Wooch, what'd you say?
Cadillac Tone, from what I hear.
Come on, man.
Cadillac Tone.
Yes, he was one of the originators, and a lot of people, the face
to prove it.
That nigga say he got the picture to prove it.
Yeah,
your webcam fucked up.
I know because my battery went dead. But we don't need my face on there. We don't have this conversation.
Yeah.
Hey, Wooch.
His son was Anthony Mahomes.
The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock, nigga.
The Rock.
Yeah.
Rock Buster.
And that what's that broad name that he had back then from LA?
Sharon.
Yeah, she was crazy as shit.
She still is.
She used to shoot at niggas.
Man.
Had a jury throw this short.
It's still that short.
That's nigga Cadillac Tone nigga was like nigga. That nigga was like nigga you know what's crazy is a documentary about him would be like, nigga, the Supreme Team in New York and motherfucking, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, listen to this. Like, I got a piece of content we could put in that because remember, I don't think you remember, but I know Wuchi remembers. He used to have a nugget, and he used to buy all the base heads gold
and put it in that big ass nugget of gold.
I've been doing that shit since I was 18
that shit
years
down, nigga. Yeah.
That's where I learned that from. I've been doing the same nugget since I was 18 years old.
Melt that shit down, nigga, press it with that motherfucking thing, and that's what make the chips in the motherfucker. Or hit it with that hammer.
The last time I seen him, he had a Cadillac at V&G Market at the hamburger stand, and that's the last time I seen him and Meech. But yeah, man, that's who I say him and G-Man was the first originals.
See?
Gerald Hall. And George Mims when they came down here. It was a collection. We all started this gangster shit, cuz 29th Street. Okay, well, if you one of the ones that originated it, tell me who you are, Jesse. What's your street name? What's your street name?
Jimmy Richardson. Jimmy Jeans, nigga.
Jimmy Jean.
Jimmy Richardson, nigga.
Jimmy Richardson, that was my dude. He used to sag them 501s and he could take them off. Hey, he could take them off and they would stand up in the corner. He had them motherfuckers starched every day.
Man. Yeah, I want to know who Jesse is for real now.
See, when he been making these kind of comments from day one, and I can't figure out, and I asked everyone, they're like, everyone had a speculation who he was, but nah, he's older than me or my age, I guarantee you.
He got to be older than you, nigga, if he's saying he was one of the original. We started this gangster shit, cuz.
Yeah. It was a collection. You're right. It was, but Cadillac Tones is who I remember in G-Man. That's who I remember. In 1983, the summer of 83, from John Steele, 7th grade, Derek Tillman was like, "Are you blood or cuz?" I'm like, "Nigga, what is that?"
Blood or cuz? Are you blood or cuz?
And KK was sitting, me and KK used to do backflips in the courtyard at John Steele. He was like, "Blood or cuz? What's he talking about?" And you know, Derek Tillman back in the day, he was the tallest nigga in John Steele.
Man.
Talking about blood or cuz. I'm like, I don't know what that is. All right, Rick, let me get off here. I appreciate it. If you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, hit it now. I'm gonna tap in with you guys tomorrow. You guys have a blessed night. Tell the people you love them because tomorrow's not promised. Love y'all and see y'all tomorrow.